Hi, I'm Jeff Miracola, Fantasy Artist and Illustrator.
Hey, no you're not. I'm Jeff Miracola, Fantasy Artist and Illustrator, and I'm here today to talk to you about this painting that I did for Mars Attacks. So here's the drawing that I did for this painting, and as you can see, I worked up this drawing, well, a lot more than normal. I wouldn't normally do a sketch this tight for a commission project, but I was having a lot of fun with the image and wanted to get a really nice drawing out of it too. The art director wanted a few additional things in the drawing, and I didn't add them to this drawing. And if you compare this to the painting, let's see if we see here, you'll see there's a third bug in the sky here. That's got a dude here with his guts torn up. And then down in the corner of the painting, there's this guy getting his face blasted off. So those are things that I added later on. I did a separate drawing for those pieces, and then using Photoshop just dropped them and combined them, composited them into this image before I sent it back to the art director for a second round. Once that was approved, then I went right into creating the painting. And in this video, I show you that whole process of me transferring everything and working up the underpainting in acrylic paints and then jumping into oils. The surface that I'm going to be painting on is masonite. This is hardwood. You could see it's relatively thin, but it's very strong. Doesn't bend. And what I did was I put a coat of gesso. Actually, I believe it was 3 coats of gesso on the board. I put the gesso on there because if I don't, when I start painting on the masonite, the paint is just going to soak right into the wood. And we don't want that. We want the paint to sit on top of the surface. So put the gesso, it seals the wood, gives you a nice painting surface with a really nice tooth to it, really nice texture. Before I begin my painting, I've got to get my drawing onto my painting surface. And the way I do that is, follow me over here. I took my drawing, I scanned it into the computer in a couple pieces, and I pieced it all back together in Photoshop. And once I did that, I was able to send that to a larger printer to have them print out this. Just a photocopy of my drawing. Now, I do my transferring method. I color the back of my photocopy with pencil. Just cover the entire thing with pencil lead. And drop this down. I'll place my drawing where I need it to be. Just take some tape and I'll tape along the edges to tape my drawing down so it doesn't move. And I'll just take a regular ballpoint pen, like so, and I will go over all my lines like that, and it'll be transferred down. So I'll do that next, but one other step I want to show you is, since I had that drawing scanned and in Photoshop already, I wanted to do just a very quick, rough color comp. So I'll pin this up next to my easel when I do my painting so that I don't deviate from this too much.
Do you have a tendency to deviate?
I do. I do have a tendency to deviate because what will happen is, and it might even happen with this, once I start painting this, I'll discover, you know what, I just don't like the way certain colors work, and I might change it on the fly. And that's fine. As long as I don't change the standards. I mean, I am painting an existing character here. They have certain colors that they have to be, so I won't deviate from that. All right, so I'm going to get started transferring my drawing to my painting surface. And after I do that, we'll move on to the next step, which is doing my underpainting. Okay, so once I finish up tracing my image with my ballpoint pen, transfer it down, and now I can remove this. I don't take them all off, all the tape off. Just do 3 sides. That way you can check to see if there's anything you missed, and if there's something you missed, you can lay the photocopy back down like this, and your drawing will still be in the same spot. So you just want to check it. Sometimes it's a good idea to keep your hand on part of it too. It just keeps the photocopy in place in case you got to go back into it. So doesn't look like I missed anything other than, yeah, nope. That's it. So now I can go ahead and I can just remove the whole thing. Okay, I'll just remove. And here's another tip. Once you're done with this process, even though you technically don't need this anymore, don't throw it out. Because if for some reason you ruin your painting or you've got to start over, you have this and you can use it again.
But that's never happened to you.
That has happened to me. It has definitely happened to me. Again, that's why I say you guys benefit from my mistakes.
Trying to make you look like a superhero.
I'm no superhero, nope, I'm just an average guy. So keep that until you're completely done with the painting, that photocopy, and then you can throw it out. I made a few changes when I was tracing it down. I squared off the alien's teeth because I had them pointed in my drawing, but really those aliens all have nice, perfect teeth, which is really funny. The bug up in the sky here.
Wait, which bug?
Yeah. The bug up in the sky here, you can see, I'll show you that. I've got like this guy's head and his arm that this bug is holding. Well, I have the dimensions, the size relations wrong. These bugs are much bigger than the humans. So what I've done when I transferred it down is I didn't transfer that head and I didn't transfer the arm. I'm gonna draw a smaller guy's torso in here. I'll just draw directly onto my surface. I'm gonna draw that in there. And then it's done. Ready to be painted with my brown acrylic paint. So we'll do that next, that step next. All right? Smiling. All right, so now I'm gonna start my underpainting. The materials I'll be using to start with are as burnt umber acrylic paint. Okay. I've got my brushes that I use. These are Lowell Cornell brushes. I've got a container of water, and I will use a piece of paper towel to put down for my arm to rest on so that I don't smudge my pencil drawing. And then my palette. My palette is a CD case. I use CD cases. I take it apart like this, and this becomes my palette that I use. And that's Okay, so the brown acrylic underpainting is done. My next step is to start dropping in color. I blocked in the major colors on my painting using acrylic paint. I was going to finish the entire painting using acrylics, but I'm just not digging the way the acrylic paint is reacting on the masonite. So I'm going to switch into using oil paints. Yeah, not usually the way I do it. Normally I would not work up this much in acrylics and then switch to oils. I would have switched to oils a lot sooner than this.
You're making it substantially darker.
Yeah, well, there was always the intention was to make it darker, eventually. But with oils I can go on a lot thicker.
And for those people that are wondering if you used a special oil paint removing rag that you got at some expensive store, what did you actually just use?
Just a paper towel. Finally done. Brown underpainting done of my painting. Right. Brown underpainting done of my painting. I'm gonna work on the sky. Okay, so the brown acrylic underpainting is done. All right, so I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot. My next step is to move into painting the God, I'm an idiot.
My next step is to paint the sky.
Okay. Why don't you say this stuff for me? Why don't you be Jeff? My next step is to paint the sky. Sorry.
My next step is to paint the sky. I'm going to work on the clouds and the bugs and the buildings before I work on the foreground.
Oh God, why can't I say it like that? Okay.
Here we go.
The next step is to work on the sky. Is that right? Is that right?
You're the artist. How do I know that's right?
I know. I mean, like, first and move to the foreground. I gotta move to the foreground. Underpainting. Sorry. This just gets worse as I go along. It gets worse. Do it all again?
Do it again.
Okay. What? Come on, what?
More than that.
I know that. I was just stopping there so that I could then cut it. I can't think of everything I gotta say all at once. I get little bits of info.
That's all you're going to tell people.
That's all I can tell
Just
people.
Oil painting on a piece of wood. That's it. That's all you're going to share.
That's all you need. Paint and wood. Brushes. It's really colorful. I use lots of colors. Wait,
Expert you are.
wait, look at my palette. Look at that. Next to the painting. It's as colorful as the painting is. As about as crappy looking, is that it?
I chose a nicer word.
We're gonna try again?
Yeah, give me a little more.
A little more what? They're in
No, give me, baby.
I don't know what else to say about it.
I told you we're bringing sexy back. Part 3.
God. Okay. So, what did I say last time?
Wait,
No, I'm not going through that. What did I say last time? Mason. No, right. That's a habit I have.
Sexy back. Part 4.
This. Look. People are going to be like, why is he laughing? Hello. Just put that anywhere, Jeff. So here's the draw. Whoa. Shit.
That's about as well as we treat